Welcome back. The DA says it intends to fight President Cyril Ramaphosa's plan to allegedly hide a report into the alleged sale of weapons to Russia. He's appointed a panel, this happened in the last month, to probe claims made by the U.S. ambassador to South Africa, Reuben Brigety, that Pretoria supplied weapons to Moscow for its war in Ukraine. It's alleged this happened when a vessel, the Lady R, docked in Simonstown last December. Well, the DA says publicly hiding the truth would lead to further economic suffering for the country. Athi Mtongana, as our reporter on this story, joins us live now from Cape Town. Athi, what is the latest from what we're hearing from both sides?
Well, I'm joining you from a very cold Simonstown harbour, Tembekile. But the latest, of course, as you've alluded to, the leader of the official opposition party, John Steenhuisen, saying that they will be challenging the decision of the presidency to not publish the report that is going to be tabled by that three-member panel that has been established by President Cyril Ramaphosa to look into this issue related to vessel Lady R. Now, the presidency has come out to say that the report, including its details, will not be publicized. They will not be gazetted. They say that the information that will be contained in that report contains national security issues as well as classified information from both of those countries, that being South Africa and America. One other interesting thing that we received through our conversation with the presidential spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya, is that it is going to be the president's prerogative on whether he actually speaks to the information that would have been collected by the three-member panel, but they are very much adamant that they will not publicize the details and how this information will be collected, etc. And they also point out to the issue of secrecy laws. But I want us to listen to exactly what Mr. Magwenya had to say.
The terms of reference for the inquiry will not be gazetted or published. The investigation covers issues of national security and classified information, which is protected from disclosure. The work of the panel will not be public, nor will its report be made public. The President will speak to any actions that may result with respect to national security. This is provided for within our secrecy laws as per the nature of this matter.
Reports, Tembekile, also suggest that the Russian vessel was allowed to dock at the naval port. But of course, those are going to be the finer details that will be looked at by this three-member panel led by a judge. And so I'd like us to listen to what John Steenhuisen had to say, because he's saying, on the other hand, that the secrecy around the information that would have been collected by the panel is a cover-up by the presidency, particularly the ANC, as he claims that they're being funded by Russia and China. Of course, you will know that he has made his views insofar as what he thinks about the relationship that South Africa has with Russia. This in the midst of the president being part of some of the African countries that are actually looking at a peace mission, I should say a peace mission that would be headed to both those countries to try and resolve the ongoing conflict between the two nations. But John Steenhuisen not convinced even by the efforts of the president to send out several ministers to also go and explain South Africa's stance insofar as the conflict is concerned. So those are just some of the actions that the president has taken to be part of the peace mission talks, as well as sending out ministers to go and explain South Africa's stance. But the official opposition party completely not convinced by these efforts, saying that they will challenge the secrecy around this report all the way to the Constitutional Court.
Well, we'll go all the way to the Constitutional Court if necessary. And this is a nonsense that's being spread now by the presidency. You cannot tell me that something that happened 6 months ago can now have an impact on our national security. We should have been worried about that 6 months ago. Now is the time for accountability and answers. And I think what we're seeing here very, very clearly is an attempt by the presidency to cover up what's gone on here. And that can only be because they are not sure about what was on the ship, what was off the ship.
Dear Leader John Steenhuisen wrapping up that report by Athi Mtongana. Athi, thank you very much for that update from Simonstown tonight.